Sutra. Circumstances will never always be positive. That is how the world is designed. It is planned out as the University of Hard Knocks. There are times when life tests us, when difficult circumstances come to us. The question is, how will you choose to respond at that time? This mind of ours is the factory that creates thoughts. Thoughts are subtle bundles of energy that impact our health, that determine our attitude, that create our feelings of happiness and distress. So, to be happy, to do better work, and to become better people, we must harbor better thoughts, which requires the purification of the mind. Hence, the need for mind management. In order to manage your mind, you need to understand the gap between the environment and your mind. Very often, when we are not aware of that gap, we feel controlled by circumstances. We think that circumstances are able to disturb us without realizing that in any circumstance, you have the choice to choose the thoughts as you wish. Take the example of Sant Tukaram. He was a great saint of Maharashtra. His wife had a terrible nature. She used to keep fighting with him. So Mahabharat would continue at home all the time. One day there was nothing at home. And Sant Tukaram was doing his bhajan, Rukmini Vitthal, Rukmini Vitthal, Rukmini Vitthal. The wife burst forth on him, "What are you doing? Go and sit in your shop, earn something, there is nothing to cook out here." So Sant Tukaram obeyed the high command and he went to the shop. Now he earned his daily income, purchased some groceries. When he was coming back, he found some beggars, he kept giving to them in charity. And when he reached home, he only had one ganna, one sugar cane. He told his wife, "This is all I have got today." She got so mad at him, she lifted it and hit it on his head. It broke into two. You see, she must have really hit it hard for it to break into two. So, Sant Tukaram was not ruffled by it. He said, "Oh, it's split. Never mind, you take one, I will take one." We had to break it. And then he went into his puja room and he said, "Oh, Rukmini Vitthal, you are so kind, so merciful. You have given me such a wife that I can never become attached to this world." You see, this is the positive nature. The positive nature is that I should not let the disturbance come into my mind. The external disturbances, see in them a blessing. Everything is happening for the good. So he is seeing in that situation the blessing of God. Consider this example. Suppose your boss asked you to report in his office at 8 a.m. for a work appraisal meeting, which you realized would be critical for you. And you at night before going to sleep, set the alarm at 6:30 to wake up in time and get yourself in the proper zone before you report to your boss. But in the morning, the alarm refused to go off, and by the time you woke up, it was 7:15. Now that got you disturbed. When you rushed to the restroom, your spouse had already occupied it. You had to wait 10 minutes before you got your chance. Finally, when you had done your daily ablutions and you went to your garage for the vehicle, your tank was empty because your child had emptied it without telling you. Now by the time you refueled it and came to the road, you were already late. And then you got stuck in a rubberneck traffic jam. When you arrived in your boss's office, it was not 8 a.m., it was 9:25 a.m. And your boss gave you a piece of his mind in no uncertain tones, which really threw you off. And after the meeting, you were in really bad mood. So this bad mood that you experienced, who was responsible for it? Was it boss who shouted at you? Or was it the people on the roadside who caused the rubberneck traffic jam? Or was it your child who emptied your fuel tank? Or the spouse who kept the restroom occupied? Or the alarm clock which refused to ring? Ultimately, who is the culprit? The answer, I'm sure you